Welcome back to The Art of War Applied to Investing. I'm your host, Tony Constantine, an investment advisor representative with LifeMark Securities Corp. This week, lesson number 16. Sun Tzu said, "When the falcon's strike breaks the body of its prey, it is because of timing. When the torrential waters toss boulders, it is because of momentum." Now, the hawk is a bird of prey. It hunts all day, every day. It has certain instincts that we humans do not have. It has them because it doesn't use anything but its own cunning and its own body. We have a tendency to use guns, rifles, bows and arrows, dogs, even other animals against our prey. So it's not quite the same thing. The hawk has instincts that we don't have, and they're sharply defined and honed. It makes the calculations of how fast the wind's blowing, what direction it's blowing, how it's swirling, adjusts for the speed and the agility of its prey, and when it strikes hard and fast. Okay, we do not have that ability. When we hunt, particularly as investors, I've hunted a couple times, but not very successfully. That's not my thing. And many people anyway, fall into that same category. When we hunt in investing, we're looking for the right stock to buy at the right time. Now, it is possible, theoretically at least, to buy the right stock at the right time. But it takes a lot of research and really a lot of luck. You see, if you're a little too soon or a little too late, you lose the full effect of that strike. And it could turn out to be a big mistake. Well, when you're doing all that research that's necessary and comparisons and all that stuff, you might want to think about momentum. Now, with momentum, anybody who's taken high school geography or college geography knows that the rivers flow, they move mountains, they carve canyons, they move big boulders. Well, every once in a while, it moves a boulder that's so big, it blocks the streamway. So the momentum builds up behind that boulder to the point where the water finds a way around or there's sufficient force to push the boulder out of its way. In the meantime, the momentum stacks up and goes nowhere. But ultimately, the momentum wins. Now, you could look at the market that same way. There are times when the market goes down, and you can just sit there and let that steam build up behind it, and eventually the market's going to hit the bottom and go back up, higher than it did before normally. I guess it boils down to this, and I'm going to use the words of the late, great, and much lamented Kenny Rogers. You've got to know when to hold 'em, know when to fold 'em, and know when to run. Never count your money when you're sitting at the table. There'll be plenty of time for counting when the dealing's done. Only you and your general can know the right time to strike or not to strike, and what to do with the momentum and about the momentum. Those are whole different conversations, and all I can tell you is that it depends on the situation. Now, if you think you need some help, watch this. We all have an idea, at least in our heads, of how we expect our lives to unfold, to include retirement. But have you ever put your plan on paper and checked it to see if it's going to work? If it is going to work, I'm sure you'll be much more happy and contented as you go through life. If it's not going to work, wouldn't you like to know that in time to do something about it? Well, we can help you with that. We can take your numbers, run them through our system, and see if you're going to have the money you think you're going to need to retire on. Now, if you're watching this video series, we are going to do it at no cost or obligation on your part. Simply email me or leave a message through the website requesting to check my numbers along with your contact information and mention the art of war applied to investing just to make sure you don't get charged. The contact information will be on the screen in a moment. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, you can either email me directly or leave a message for me on my website. That information will be on screen in a moment. Come back next week for lesson number 17. In the meantime, make every day a great day.